Okay. So Hyper-V installation in server in Windows Server 2019. Instead of installing Hyper-V server instead of installing pure form of Hyper-V server, we have already server is there. So it's recording or not? Okay, recording is there. Okay. So for example, I want to tell a very simple thing. Um, what I am saying it is actually Hyper-V is a hypervisor platform. Hyper-V is a hypervisor platform. Okay. So it's a type 1 virtualization only. In general, it is a type 1 virtualization, also called as bare metal bare metal virtualization. It's a type 1 virtualization and bare metal virtualization. And also we call the type 1 virtualizations called as a bare metal virtualization. What okay, but Hyper-V is not only like if you see that yesterday we done what we done, that is VMware, right? So I installed a VMware I installed a VMware in a server. I install a VMware. It's a pure machine. This is just a machine only. It's having a VMware vSphere. Inside a VMware vSphere, we created a virtual machine also through remotely how we access it, right? So if you want to see that one again, I will show you, no problem. But if you remember that one, right? So pure Hyper-V visor platform, Hyper-V hypervisor platform means you also don't have any kind of interfaces. So very basic interface is there, type 1 virtualization type only. But Hyper-V in a two ways Hyper-V is there, not only in a core Hyper-V, also Hyper-V is with the operating system. Okay, so Hyper-V with operating system is also available. So as I know, as a personally experience with Windows 8, okay, you have a Windows 8 in normal operating system, Windows 8.1 and Windows 10 in a Pro or Enterprise editions, you'll get Hyper-V feature in that one. Hyper-V we cannot download application, like application we can't able to download it. So it is a part of operating system feature wise, and hypervisor platform wise also available. So along with your operating system is there, and Windows servers like 2008 64-bit, 2008 64-bit, 2012 2012 R2, because it's just they specifically released that one. So you have to mention 2019, 2008 R2. These are all 64 directly. 2008 having a 32-bit 64. The two variations are there. Okay, so these are all directly has a Hyper-V feature within that operating system. Condition is 64-bit must be there. Okay, 64-bit must be there. Okay, so here in this one, two things will come up along with operating system. When you are in an operating system, two things will come up. One is a Hyper-V platform. One is Hyper-V platform means if you have a Hyper-V platform, if you can able to install if you can able to install Hyper-V platform, means you can create virtual machines in create VM and run. You can create a virtual machines and you can run virtual machines in your PC, in PC, in your PC, in PC. So where platform is there, so we can run, we can create a virtual machines and we can run the virtual machines on it. Okay, Hyper-V, Hyper-V Manager. Another one is Hyper-V Manager. What is the use of this Hyper-V Manager? So um, it is actually to connect Hyper-V servers or any others. So you can connect a Hyper-V servers and view and create VMs. What we will get it, we can view it and we can create a virtual machines in the Hyper-V server. Okay. If you cannot able to install Hyper-V platform, so Hyper-V Manager is there commonly 32-bit, 64-bit. Okay, professional enterprise editions. Okay, so are these editions Hyper-V Manager is there. Using Hyper-V Manager, we can connect any Hyper-V server, either it is yourself or outside, and you can view the server virtual machines. You can create a virtual machines and manage the virtual machines. You can manage the virtual machines. So this is a Hyper-V Manager. Okay, so there is a few things to install. So first of all, in a server, how to install. We'll see. Unlike last time, if you are install very faster than we'll see. This server has so many servers already. Okay, overloaded. Let server manager opens. What is this? Shutdown event tracker. Server should not be shut down. If you are shut down, restart. So before you shut down, you have to tell why you are shut down also. There must be a proper reason to do that. We are not leaving this server alone. See, Linux server Windows 10. Using these three things, we are doing all max to max up to now practicals. Hmm. Okay, guys. Meantime, so today it means after class, or any free time you got it. Okay, any free time you got it. Create one Windows 10 virtual machine. Just Windows 10 virtual machine. That's it. Machine means install a Windows 10. New fresh one. Don't join into domain that one. Just work group only. Like we done a practicals in Windows 10 that time. So same thing only. Same thing. No, so no need to join in domain. No need of all this server and all. So how to add a role? Okay. Just started again. Yeah, here it is. Okay, how to add a role? So add a roles and features. First of all, I will try to show you how to install a Hyper-V, because it will take time. So it while it is rebooting, we'll take a break. Next, 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 Hyper-V. Guys, if in case if you are unable to select Hyper-V, like it is showing a gray type, okay, it is showing a gray type means you can't able to check it like this. Add features, okay, it's taking time. Okay, um, if in case if you are unable to check that one, no problem, just leave it, no problem. Okay, so because why you are unable to check that one, you have to add those three lines we are added now, hypervisor lines, three lines in a vmx file, three lines, and in cpu there is a check mark at cpu, vmware cpu, this check mark is there. Now if you are not done, when you are creating a virtual machine, when you are creating a virtual machine, before you start the virtual machine to install the operating system, you have to do that cpu check mark. Second one is three lines adding. If you are not done, you may not get this check mark, you may not able to put the check mark. So if you are not able to put the check mark, if you forget that process, you are unable to put the check mark, it's okay, leave it, no problem. Okay, otherwise create a new virtual machine, later you can able to try it. Okay, so don't worry about it. You can't do anything now. So either you have to install a new server and you can verify what is that Hyper-V and all. Okay, like that. So there is a certain Hyper-V feature is also there. I know I'm not selecting, but host gardening. What is this host gardening? Provide a feature necessaries on the Hyper-V server to provide a shield virtual machines. What is this shielded virtual machine? It is a new feature in 2016. It is introduced. This is shielded virtual machines. It means it protect the virtual machines from external attacks. It protect the virtual machines from external attacks. That is a shielded virtual machine. Shielding is there. And I didn't select that one. Just I'm not doing anything. Okay, and it is asking here in this one. You can see Ethernet 0. If you want, you can select this Ethernet 0. You can select it. So then automatically external switch will be created automatically. But I'm not doing that one at present. I'll do it later. Allow this server to send, receive live migration. If you want a live migration, you want to select it. Select a protocol you want to use authenticated live migration. So do you want to use credential security support provider? So this kind of security you want to use. This protocol is less than Kerberos, but does not require to set up a constrained delegation. To perform live migration, you must log into source server. Next is a use Kerberos. Kerberos is a more secure but required to get set up constrained delegation to your environment to perform tasks such as a live migration when you are managing remotely. So this is a Kerberos. Anyway, we are servers. Active Directory is there here. If you don't have Active Directory environment, you can select the first one. You don't have Active Directory environment. You are not in a domain environment, Active Directory environment. So then you can select the first one. We are in Active Directory. We have a security authentication is Kerberos. So by default, it is showing a locations of virtual machines. So don't worry. So later we will change it. Now we don't change anything. Select this option. Okay. Yes. When you select it, yes. Guys, remember what I changed? Just I selected this role. Add features means that button I clicked on it, and I didn't done anything here. But when you got a chance, read few of at least some of the important features. Read it best. Next. I didn't selected this one. I will select. I will do it later personally. This is a. It will create a switch directly, but I'm not doing that one. Now I selected this one, allow this server to a live migration, use Kerberos. Next. I didn't change anything here and I selected this one, install. So usually it will take time and also it will take a reboot 2 3 times. Okay, after installation, so it will reboot at least 2 times. Okay, very good. Siddiq also. Okay, okay. It reboots 2 to 3 times once it is finished. So guys, what you do? Take a break, 5 10 minutes. 10 minutes is enough, I think so. So already we are wasted time. At 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Be there at least. If you want to do some drinking or tea, coffee or anything, just have something or relax it back. Okay, I'm not pausing the record also. Just I will continue one. Okay, so just let it go on. That's it. So my point is. Um, Once it is completed, again it will restart 2 times, minimum 2 times. Okay, there is a reason behind the two reason. The reason is there for installing kind of stuff. So here, right? Okay. So it will take 10 minutes minimum time. So be back at 12:10. Okay. So at least be ready at 12:10. By 12:15, guarantee it is working. Um, so I'm not stopping recording. Just I'm leaving the system like this on. Okay. Okay. It will go and it will restart itself. It will take time, guys. So take a break. Be back at 12:15. It is restarting. This is the error, guys. Validation result, it is showing bottom. Read it. Hyper-V cannot be installed. The process does not have required virtualization capabilities. Means your machine don't have virtualization capabilities. Internal virtualization is not supporting. Means inside this server virtualization is not supporting. So better before you install, go to this CPU, task manager CPU, check it if virtualization is enabled or not. If virtualization is not enabled here, it means it meaning is that you cannot install the Hyper-V feature. Okay, so there is a thing like we can't change the settings because you already installed the operating system also. We started a machine and as well as install operating system also. You can't change the settings. This is the first check mark. When we are created a virtual machine, that time only you have to do this check mark. First one. Second one is adding a three lines. Adding a three lines. Do you remember these three lines? Okay, these three lines we have to add it to VMX file. But you can't do anything now. So you have to do if you want really like you have to go with where I store this machine. Yeah, here it is. You have to add into this one, this file. Currently machine is running. So if you see like this, added a three lines in the bottom of the thing. Okay, but it is not showing here. Why? Because when I started a machine, automatically it went somewhere inside of this machine. You can find it from here. Hypervisor. These things. So you can see hypervisor CPU ID V0 false, and these two things also added. Okay. So based on these three and the check mark, you will get a virtualization part. But once you have started a machine, means once you are installed operating system, you cannot you should not add it. That's it. Okay. Meanwhile, what to do? What I do? I need a small image. Either Windows 10, Windows 8, or Windows 2012 image is required, but it is take a lot of space. C drive looking good. E drive only is better. How to do settings, options, GNC connection, connecting shared folder. Okay. Yep. Okay, so this is installation successful. Okay, installation successful. Close it. So nothing to do with this one. Okay, simply this is a Hyper-V. How to open the Hyper-V manager? Go to tools. You can find Hyper-V manager. So this is Hyper-V manager. So this is my local my server. Machines are nothing running. So okay, this is a manager. It is connected to my server only. You can create a virtual machines. You can see in action. New. You can create a new virtual machine, new hard disk, new floppy disk. You can import a virtual machines. You can change the virtual VM settings. Okay, virtual switch manager, virtual SAN manager, edit a disk, inspect a disk, stop services, remove services, refresh services are there. And also when you click it, so when you click a Hyper-V manager, you can it will showing connected to server. It means remotely if I have server, if I have a remotely Hyper-V server is there. Okay, different machine, different physical machine. A virtualization server is a physical computer. You can see what is this also. A virtualization server is a physical computer that provide resources required to run virtual machine. You can write down also. A virtualization server is nothing but a physical machine. Okay, which provide resources to create a virtual machine required to run virtual machine. You can use Hyper-V Manager to create, configure, and manage the virtual machines on a virtualization server. You can use virtual machine to run different workloads. Each virtual machine runs in an isolated executed environment, which gives you a flexibility to run different operating system applications on one physical computer. Okay, in one single physical computer you can run different operating systems and applications on a one single physical. So how? By creating different virtual machines. Okay, so these two statements are giving very pretty straight. Provided tools to inform you can use to manage a virtualization server. So if possible, just note down this statement. Okay, I put a zoom for reading. Like a virtualization server is a physical computer that provide the resources required to run virtual machine. You can use Hyper-V server to create, configure, and manage the virtual machine on a virtualization server. Like you can say, what is Hyper-V? Hyper-V is a feature in a Windows operating system, and we can create a multiple virtual machines. And in virtual machine, we can install different operating system applications in a single physical server. What is virtualization server? Is a physical computer or a physical machine that provide resources required to run virtual machines. Okay, Hyper-V manager to manage Hyper-V server, virtualization server. Okay, so Hyper-V manager to manage the Hyper-V server. So what I manage, we can create a virtual machines, we can configure it, manage the virtual machines and the server. So these two statements are very good statement. You need to search in Google also, you can directly get information from here. Even this is server manager. I right click on server manager, you can show you connect us to server. If in case in my network, if I have a different servers in my network, so I can tell this is a server. I can connect it like a browsing, or maybe by type naming, click OK also. But to make a communication, if we are in a domain environment, so why we should be in a domain environment? Active Directory authentication is make easy to authenticate one each and every together. Okay, so two pieces can easily they are trust each other. Okay, Active Directory, so servers to server account to account authentication is quite easy. So both are in same domain means you don't go with a more process kind of stuff like user authentication is quite easy. Okay, and secure. Okay, if you are any server is there in your Active Directory domain in environment, just go to that server name with the DNS help. Okay, click OK. Automatically will connect it to that one. Authentication required, that one. So you can manage in this single window. We can manage multiple servers. Okay. Next, this is my local my machine. So my machine, my server type only this is. And next VM settings. This is VM settings. Okay, I will tell VM settings and I'll stop record. Okay, again. So this is a virtual hard disk. So this is a location of virtual hard disk by default. If you want, you can change it also. This is virtual machines, where the machine is stored. Guys, virtual machine. So when you say virtual machine, so virtual machine is machine part and disk part. Means in the disk we put a operating system, right? This is virtual hard disk is there and machine is there. Like you have a desktop, and if you open the desktop and you can see hard disk is different, remaining motherboard is the motherboard, processor, RAM sitting in one place, one as a one unit, and I think as hard disk is a separate unit. Hard disk, we can have a multiple hard disk and we can have a multiple operating system, or in a single hard disk with a single operating system or multiple things. Okay, it's a hard disk, virtual hard disk, right? Same goes for a virtual machines also, machine and disk. So disk contains your operating system, data, applications in the disk. Machine means what is the processor, how much RAM, what is the BIOS, UEFI support, like that kind of stuff is there in a machine. This is a NUMA. We can speak more about this one because I don't know how to explain also. You can configure Hyper-V to allow a virtual machine to span non-uniform memory architecture. When physical computer has NUMA node, these settings provide a virtual machine with additional computer resources purpose only. Allow virtual machine and span physical NUMA node. So I don't know how to explain this one. This is about live migration. Okay, so this is so first one, second one, next one is live migration. So what I am explaining, that is at least try to understand. If you understand this thing and you can able to tell, no problem, but for me it is not now. Enable incoming and outgoing live migrations. Incoming and outgoing live migrations. It means you can migrate your virtual machine from your server to other server. Okay, and also you can migrate migration from other server to your server. Okay, that is incoming and outgoing. You are getting virtual machine from other server, it means incoming. You are migrating from your server to other server, it is called a outgoing, right? So simultaneously two are allowed by default two are allowed, but you are managing with big RAM capacities, processing capacity, storage capacities are high, so then you can create a like this. Okay, you can put a 20, 10 live migrations at a time, 10, 20 migrations at a time, 30 migrations at a time, like also you can able to change it. By default it is 2. So incoming live migration, use any available network for live migration, anyone in the network, so they can able to send their virtual machine to my machine. Okay, migrating means from there to here it will move. VM will run in some server, it is moving to mine. Use the IP address for live migration. I don't trust all the machines, all the servers. I don't trust all the type of servers. I will trust only certain servers only. So I have to use, I have to add those servers here. I have to add those servers IP address here. So I will accept, if I add the IP address of a server, so I will accept any incoming migration is coming. So I will verify with IP address from where I'm getting. So if matches, I will accept it, otherwise I don't accept it. That is, this is storage migration. This is actually machine migration type. Storage means virtual hard disk is there. So do you want to accept virtual hard disk wise storage migration like that? Okay. Again, this is another one. Enhanced session mode policy. Configure Hyper-V to allow enhanced session mode connected to virtual machine running on this server. Allow enhanced mode. Allow enhanced mode is allow redirecting a local device resources from computer running thing. This is also again we have to check it. If you select, what will happen? If you don't select, what will happen? Maybe we'll select. Okay, we don't worry. I don't changing anything now. I want to explain. Replication configuration. Next one is replication configuration. For example, you're running a virtual machine here, and you want to uh, so for securing, so we are backup the virtual machines also. Like the virtual machine is nothing but a data, right? So this is a data machine itself. For virtual machine means, for us it is a, for a physical machine, virtual machine is a simple data. Okay, so we can backup it like normal data. How you backup? You can backup it. But when you, where you will store? In your location, physical location only, right? So either it is a physical machine, not in a, not either in your physical machine or in my storage things like a what are the different storages like mm, you can store in a your physical machine the backup, or maybe external hard disk, or maybe SAN, NAS. We can able to store your backup, right? And also you can store in a different physical location. Means I have a virtual machine here, so I want to store replicate this virtual machine in maybe in New Jersey, or maybe New Delhi, or maybe Kolkata, or maybe Russia, or anywhere somewhere we can able to replicate it. So that is called enable this computer for a replica server. Okay, so we can put that our server into different location. Next, this is a keyboard integration thing. So what is your alt tab or what it is on physical machine and all. So you can read it. Mouse release options. Okay, use enhanced session mode is already check mark is there. It is enhanced mode. So this is a reset check boxes. Means if you check something here, you no you know you realize no not required, then you can able to change. Okay. So this is the settings. Here is we can able to see user public documents, Hyper-V, virtual hard disk, program data, Microsoft Windows, Hyper-V. So what will happen when you create a virtual machine? Okay, it is stores in the C drive mainly, and in your profile data only, like this. Only it is stored, right? Now you don't want it, like you want to store this one in a D drive or E drive or a F drive, like that. You can change it also. Okay, the default locations also you can change it. So I'm changing the locations. So instead of putting a D drive, I put a C drive only, but it is Hyper-V folder because we don't have any extra drives here. Otherwise, we can connect the extra drives, no problem. Okay, we have a SCSI thing is there, na? So like that we can able to do it. So I change the location. Instead of going to that big location, I better C drive Hyper-V virtual hard disk, C drive Hyper-V for virtual machines. Apply. Okay. Now, so I done a change settings. This is it. Okay.